What's going on, Mission FX Paid Signals members? This is Nick here with Mission FX. I'm going to be going over the trades that have taken place this week so far and also the other current setups that we have that we're looking at. So I'm going to start with 3 trades that I've called signals on this week. I'm going to go down here to GBP, Australian dollar. We're going to look at that trade. That trade did hit the profit target today. So I'm going to go right here. Here we go. So it did come down here, literally hit, ran right into our profit target, started retracing a little bit, just hanging out. So this was a very solid signal. I may look to take another trade up here if price comes up here to this trend line at maybe like the 61.8 level from here and here, or maybe from here and here. If price can come up to this trend line, or even this little box again, this little consolidation box, then I could look to take a trade in there. So that was this trade, very solid trade. That we had take place, so very good movement on that. Literally went right into profit. A little bit of drawdown yesterday, not much at all. Went right into profit, hit the target. So this was pretty good. Next trade we're going to be looking at is Euro AUD, which we are still currently in. Our target is set just down here, so we're waiting on price to kind of chop below here to come down and hit our profit target. Then we may see a slight reversal before price maybe comes up along this downwards trend line, which I have not drawn in place. We may see price come down here and make a movement up to here, or just make a movement up to here now before falling down. Either way, we're going to stay in this trade. This trade's looking very, very good for sells. So right in here, I'm just going to kind of watch price once it gets back into that area, and hopefully we could take maybe another position. Like I said, I'll call it out and I'll try to do like limits and stuff so that you guys can get the best access to it. But I'm hoping and see price just tank straight to here. We did price come up, make the high in here, come and chop around, barely went up a little bit right here. This was a 68 level right in here, so price barely went past it and fell right down very aggressively, tested this area very bearishly, failed to make a higher high than this high, so it failed to go up here. So this is just looking really good for sells. I'm just going to be holding the open position, and hopefully we'll see our target hit, and then maybe even have a chance to get a better entry. If not up here, then we'll wait for price to make a big move down, pull up to maybe this significant level right here again, and maybe that'll be a 61.8 from like the move down here to up here, and maybe that'll be good. So we'll just see what happens. Right now I'm just holding sells. Another pair, XAU USD. This one happened kind of fast this morning. I think that a very small percentage of you guys probably were able to take this trade just because of how fast it occurred. So that's going to happen sometimes. Like I think price was right in here whenever I called a limit, or price must have been down in here or something, but I called a limit at 12.15, and then the price came to that limit and then started reversing just above it. I can't remember, I think maybe it was 12.16 or something. Just checking the Telegram chat, or I'm sorry, in the Telegram signals group. But I called a limit, price went, almost hit the limit, but didn't, and then price went and swiped very low, lower than the limit. I think the limit was at 12.15 and it came all the way down here to like the 12.14 area, and then it shot right into profit, and this was just instant profit this morning. I was up about $1,000 on the 20K account just using 0.6 lot sizes for 2 entries on gold. We still have a position right in here, and we have this position down in here if you took it. If not, just holding the first position I called is very good. If price makes a run up and then tries to pull back again, I can call another entry depending on what I see, and if we see good price action, then I may call another entry. Like I said, I would like to see price do something like this, like come up like that, maybe test these highs over here. Whoa! What's that? Let me just do these. These are not Elliott waves. These are not Elliott waves, but I just use this to show like if price were to like pop up. So if price were to come up to here and then maybe come down into here, this would be a 61.8 from this move up and then pull back. That would be cool. And then price may go into like a wedge pattern or do something like this before hitting the target. Or price could hit the target right here and then come down into here or something. You never know. It could do whatever. Gold's crazy. But like I said yesterday, gold is very much known for making these huge fast liquidity hunts. That's why we don't use these tight stops. Instead, we just use a very, very small scaled in position size, and then if price gives us a better entry, we're looking at the confluence of this is a very, very long downtrend and now it's bottoming out. It's the 61.8 on the weekly and daily charts, and we're just showing a lot of buyers jumping in right here at these prices. This is a very strong movement. I like that this candle closed like that with this very strong wick and very strong body. So price may be pulling back just a little bit before popping up again and continuing to our target here at 1240. So those are the three trades, GBP AUD, Euro AUD, and XAU USD that we're in right now. We're still at a net profit. On my master account that I'm trading, I think I'm sitting at like $600 or $700 profit right now, just off 0.6 lot sizes, with 2 entries on gold and 1 entry on Euro AUD still open, with a GA closed in profit today. So those are good. Great first round of signals. We'll see how the rest of the week goes, knock on wood. So in here I'm looking at USD/JPY. So I'm now for the moment bullish on this pair until we get into here, and then I want to see what price does once we get into this area. Looking at the grand scheme of things, I've already seen price break up here in a few in like a few waves, or I'm sorry, not a few waves, in Elliott waves, just like 3 pushes upwards. This has already been marked up for a while, but essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So price just made its little like range, and then 1, 2, 3 levels up. That's typically what you want to see. 3 pushes up, and then the divergence, and then we had the massive drop. So I'm thinking, just based off this massive drop right here, price may start to reverse right here. If I don't see a good enough reversal pattern right here, I'm not going to take this trade. It's looking bullish again. We had price accumulate here. Typically this little pattern right here means it'll break out downwards once it makes this downward wedge. So I thought this was literally just going to break out downwards, come and test and fall down, but this broke out upwards. So there are still buyers here. So I'm not looking to get run over by buyers, so I'm going to be very hesitant to sell in here. I just want to see what price does when it gets to that level, because it's a significant level, and it is also the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, which is very well known for having a strong reversal. So that is what I'm going to be looking for to happen, guys. I'm just going to watch what price does when it gets to that level, and then we'll see. So hope you guys have learned a little something from that. I had some students take buys right here because this was like a downward Elliott wave pattern, and yeah, I guess it was a good buy. I didn't take it. I like to look at the big picture and only take trades that fit in line with the big picture, but you can definitely do that on the lower time frame, short term. AUD USD price looks like it just ran up since yesterday. I still don't see any trades in here. A good range trade might be to take a trade right here at the top of this range, kind of like somewhere in there. We've included this peak, this peak, and this peak, and this is the extreme exterior of the range. The range was like down in here. This area is really big portion up there. But if price gets into there, you may see a lot of people taking profit. One thing I don't like to do to take range trades off of levels like that is if there's no divergence, and also if price kind of makes it up there in this little wedge pattern, because this wedge pattern, I mean, back tested, it works out quite often where price will like do a little bounce like this, and it'll keep coming up closer and closer, and then during the breakout will be just crazy, and you don't want to take a trade like that if price just gets up to there and like that wedge pattern. You don't want to take it. What you want to see is you want to see price just like quickly shoot from real low and then quickly just shoot up to that level, because what that means is that all the buyers who are buying in here, they see price quickly get up to that level, and they think, oh wow, that was easy. Like, I'm going to take my profit right there. I was in this trade for maybe like 8 hours, and in the past it's taken days for price to get up to there. If price just quickly shoots up there, typically it falls right back down. Good examples of these are price comes in here, makes a divergent low right here. As you can see, this was divergent, so I like divergence at the bottom of levels. And then price shot up real quick, and as soon as it shoots up real quick back to this previous level, price just tanked all the way down. Then it shoots up real quick, so all the buyers who are buying in here, they got quick profits off this one candle. The next few candles, they all click sell right there. And then everyone who sold up here, thinking this would have been like maybe a 61.8 trade for some reason if they got in right there. It looks like it could have been potentially a 61.8 trade. If it shot down very quickly, they can all buy right here, and they can quickly close their trades. And then because they've got quick profits if they were in sells up here. So fast moves are typically followed by fast moves in the opposite direction unless they're coming out of a range. So if we're looking for price to just shoot up here really quick, then that could totally happen, and I might look to take a trade in here. This is just starting to look very bullish, especially we're seeing wicks in here. Price getting above this level, testing it, and then coming up even more. So I don't know if I'm going to be quick to sell right there. If I see a strong like breakout upwards out of this area, and then a pullback here to maybe like 61.8 or like the top of this level, then I may look to take that trade on a buy, and then hold it up here to further upside, maybe the 50% retracement level, which is right there from this previous downtrend. Or I don't know why I have that level in here then. I don't know what that's doing there. But yeah, so I may like to take a buy, maybe a sell. We'll have to see what happens, and this could be intraday or this could be a swing trade. We'll see what happens on AUD USD. I'm just going to need more of a confirmation because right now we've just been going sideways in a range. Okay, so GBP USD. I wanted to say that I was bullish on this pair, but it may not happen for a while. This rejection right here was very solid today, but the rejection is not holding. Price got rejected here at this level, but it's not quickly going up. Typically, if you see price reject, like something like that, you want the very next candles to start heading up that way. If price rejects like it did in here, if price rejects an area and comes up but the candles just hang out next to it and then start to go down again, that's typically not a good sign. So I'm thinking we could see price drop in here a little bit more. And did I forget to take this trade? Whoa, I think I might have missed this. I think I might have totally missed this trade. Wow, this is pretty intense. This is like money left on the table. I was hanging out with my family last night, so guys, I think I totally missed this trade today. I had it marked up and everything. Yes, I remember this. Like I totally did a video about this yesterday for you guys. Um, cool. Yeah, this was a sell I was looking at because price had broken out of this uptrend right here, and I said it may come up to the 61.8 and also retest that area in a head and shoulders pattern. So cool. Well, I'll tell you what, if price comes back into this area again and gets rejected real quick, I might call another sell, and we can hold that sell down in here to the lows of the range. Maybe like over in here would be a good target. That is really funny. I cannot believe I missed that. That's on me, guys. But see, extra pips on the table here at Mission FX. We leave a little bit of extra pips for everyone else. That is really funny that happened like that. Okay. Wow, this looks really good. Whoa, what's going on here? Let's see what's going on. So, bigger picture. This looks like it's just gone sideways, so we're going to be taking range-based trades, selling as price gets towards the top portion of the range, buying as we're looking to get to the lower of the range. I'm sorry, buying as price comes to the lower of the range. So right here, we're definitely going to be looking to sell. Price is coming up to like the tops of the range up here. So let's see. Price wasn't a clearly defined uptrend. We had a rejection here, but price failed to immediately go up. So sellers jumped in, it cracked the trend, came up and tested it before falling down, and now we have a quick run up. So this looks very, very attractive for a seller because let's look at it from two perspectives. If you're a buyer up here, you're buying at a very, very high price, and you're also buying at a relatively high price from this range right in here. You want to be buying somewhere in here. You don't want to buy when price has gone like halfway to the top of the range. So this looks, from a buyer's perspective, if you would have bought down in here, up here is a pretty decent spot to take profits at because of this previous level, and then now price has made a little pause. Let's see on the H1 how this looks. I'm curious. So price has fallen, and then price is failing to instantly shoot back up. Price is going sideways. So this looks good for a sell. Let's throw some Fibonacci in here if we're looking to sell. Now remember, you only use Fibonacci if you're in a trend-based market. Since this was in an uptrend and we broke that uptrend and we've pulled back up to retest this area of the range, this may be like, testing the range. Yeah, I'd consider that testing the bottom of that range. To take a range-based trade, you would look to sell. This would be a trend-based trade if we're using Fibonacci because we now anticipate that the market will begin a downtrend. And so if we're drawing this is how I drew the Fibonacci. I started that high and I drew it all the way to this low. This is the extreme lowest low. Okay, so that's where I drew it. Price has come up to this area right here. Guys, I'm gonna call this as a sell right now. Yeah, I'm gonna post this in the group. This looks very good. Remember, it'll only be our first entry position size, so 1/3 of a normal position size. You guys know already what I sent to you in the Mission FX signals agreement before you joined. You use 0.03 for your first entry per $1,000 in your account. And if this gets drawdown, I could stack up here. I could add a position at the previous highs, and that'll also still be maybe testing this trend line at maybe a stop hunt or something, and we can add another portion of the position all the way up to a max position size of 0.09 for any one trade, for any one chart, for any one setup per $1,000. Okay, so again, your first position should always be 0.03 per every 1,000, and then you can stack a second position for the same trade if you get drawdown to a 0.06. This will only be if I call it. And then you can stack a third position of 0.03 again for a maximum total that's it position of 0.09, or roughly 0.1 for every $1,000 in your account, if you guys know how that math goes. Okay, so this right here looks very solid. Very, very solid. I like how price quickly shot up there. You see, when price quickly does that, all the buyers who were anticipating it would break this downtrend or whatever, all the buyers are going to be jumping in here. When they wake up for Asian session or whatever, whenever they see prices got up in here and prices paused, they're going to say, like, you know what, we're at a level, price is giving me quick profits, is at the 61.8. There's probably going to be a lot of other people selling. I think I'm going to click sell as well. So they're going to click sell and price is going to drastically fall if that happens. Or, you know, I could be wrong. It could shoot up here. I'm not typically wrong very often. I'm wrong maybe 20% of the time. But on a trade like this looks very good. Guys, I'm going to, right after I finish this video, I'm literally calling this out as an active order in the group chat, and we will see where this goes. But the reason for this is uptrend was broken and retested. In addition, when it retested, it also tested a previous significant level, which is these highs playing around here, resistance, support, and then resistance here, arguably, resistance here, arguably. Price is playing around at that level and the 61.8. So this is a pretty good trade for multiple reasons. I'm going to call that out. That's a good trade. So our next one is GBP Canadian dollar. Price is just screwing around. I don't know what this pair is doing. We're just in a heavy downtrend, and now we're testing. We're getting to this level, and price is cracking through it very slowly. So since we're not getting a strong reaction from buyers, I could totally see this moving to the downside more. But I'm not going to look to sell right there. I would only look to sell if price popped back up to this trend line, because we have to have some sort of good confirmations. You never sell when price has just been going down. You wait for a downtrend to occur and then price to quickly shoot up to give you a great price to sell at, because then you can sell with little to no risk, because you're selling at a high price relatively. So if we're in a downtrend, if you notice, you don't want to be selling on the way down in here because you might get drawdown, but whenever price pops up, that's when you click sell. When price pops up, you click sell. Price goes down, down, down. When it pops up, you click sell. Pops up, you click sell. And of course, you don't click sell just blindly. You look for other things such as this downtrend, such as this significant level, which we could see come up to here, and also things like Fibonacci. Since we are in a downtrend, Fibonacci could apply. If price comes up here to test that area, this will be the 61.8 retracement if it begins its retracement from right here. And let's take off the fib so you can see that better. So it'd be this little line is where the Fibonacci would come into play. And if price gets to that, it's sort of a significant level. I probably wouldn't take it unless it came all the way up to here and it tapped that trend line. If price can come into here and tap this trend line, and this has to happen very quickly. This cannot happen like that. It can't do crap like that, because that means it'll probably sustain and break out. But however, if price comes up to here, just shoots up to there, and it touches the 61.8 and that trend line, and that happens quickly, typically you see a quick decline in price. We could probably go for a safe short position, sell position down here to this previous low. That would be solid. So that's what I'm going to be looking for on this pair if that occurs. But I don't know, man. This pair's kind of weird. It's kind of making me feel uncomfortable. CAD CHF. What? What? Are you kidding me? Did I miss this trade? Well, technically, it should still be what? This is so crazy. This is like GBP, or this is like, yeah, GBP USD. What is going on in here? This is pretty intense. Did I seriously miss this trade? Okay, let's look at this from a technical perspective. I think I drew that yesterday. So we had price. I don't know if I'd consider that a solid trend line. You could. I don't like for it to break too many rules like that. Let's just call that a trend line for now and see if price comes and tests this support area along with the trend line. We could see price respect that. But let's look at this. Why did I draw that box in there? I think, what was it, Fibonacci? That's at the 78.6. So that's not a 61.8 move. You know, this still looks alright though. We had a strong reaction from buyers. So from a technical perspective, price was going up, bounced trend line here, bounced trend line here, bounced a little bit before breaking, testing, and then beginning a downtrend, but then it broke that downtrend and came back up. So you know what? I don't know on this pair. I don't like that price came down and did not make a lower low, because that shows that buyers are still in control. So you know what? I'm not going to look to sell this just yet. If price starts a downtrend from here and then pops back up, then I'll look to sell. But this, just based off that alone, nah, I'm gonna probably hold out. So you know what? That's what I'm gonna be looking for. If price drops from here, that'll be good. If price can like start to drop and come down here, and then maybe pop back up to like a 61.8 move at the trend line, like from here down to here, if you draw the fib from there to there, if it pops up, this will be maybe 61.8%. If that can go in line with this significant level and also the downtrend, then I may look to sell that because there's just a lot of confirmations there. I can't remember why I drew that there. I probably covered that in the video yesterday, but you know what? It's all good. This is the trade I look to take now. Everything's good. Euro USD. Waiting for price to come back down into here. If we see bullish price action like wicks like these in the past, we'll look to take a very safe buy position, and then if price comes lower down here to this trend line, I will look to buy again. And let me just adjust this trend line to make sure that we're looking at clear stuff here. Wick to wick sort of includes that, not really, but you know, this is the absolute lowest price that you can get. So that's what I'll look to take if we get that extreme really good price. I'll probably take a buy in here if we see rejection, and a buy in here if we see rejection. Also, you can take range based trades based off this, essentially looking to buy as price comes down here, sell as price gets up here, buy when price gets down here, sell as price gets up into here, kind of like what's going on now. And then again, if price comes down in here, we would look to be buying because this is buyer's territory. A lot of buyers hanging out in here. Plus, we've just been going down forever, and now price is chopping up. This could be an accumulation for buyers. It does have a bias upwards, but also we have price failing to make these higher highs. So we're going to see what happens. I'm going to see price action when it gets to here. If I see wicks or price quickly reacting, a lot of buyers jumping in here, then we may look to take a buy position. Either way, or we'll call it with analysis in the chat. GBP JPY. Some of my students took a buy on this today. I'm trying to see why. Let me see. I think I was just tired. So let's see our Elliott wave / consolidation pattern. Well, where's my here? Let's see this. If this is a balloon call out. I'm trying to see where that. I think I can draw like the little. Here we go. Rectangles is what I want. Yeah, rectangles. Okay, cool. So right in here. So I see one level of chop or consolidation, 2 pushes right here, and then down in here I see a third push. So this is all kind of choppy right in here, but essentially like a third push down, and then we started seeing divergence. So that divergence right there, Jesus Christ, trading view. So 1, 2, 3 movements down, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you're looking in terms of Elliott waves. After wave 5 formed, we had a pullback and then a quick swipe down. This was not quick, but this was another swipe down that was divergent. Low, lower low, low, and higher low. So yeah, so that's why my students took this trade. Okay, cool. Cool. I didn't even take this trade. I've been getting old. I think I went to bed early last night or something after I hung out with my family. But yeah, okay. Well, good job, students here at Mission FX. You guys are like taking my pips from me now. Taught you guys how to trade, now you're taking all the money. That was a good trade. So I would look to maybe, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about this one. I don't know if I would look to buy it or sell it. Maybe a solid spot to take profits would be up in here somewhere. This was a pretty heavily respected uptrend on the H1. So now that we've broken out of that, I think if price comes up here to a 61.8, it might be a safe spot to sell short term. So let's just see if price were to come up here into this area. Oh, okay, that's a significant level as well. What do you know? So significant level, these highs were rejected in here. So I've drawn my significant level right in here on the chart across all these wicks where price is resistance, support, support, and then it's also in a 61.8 or 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. So if price gets into there, guys, I'm going to look to sell because a lot of buyers I know are going to be taking profits right in here. It also helps that this level is, well, it's not really a psychological level. Psychological levels are 148.0 flat, 147.5 flat. And these are just every 50 pips is a psychological level in Forex trading. I made a whole video about it. You can watch it on my website. But psych levels, yeah, this is not a psych level, but it's a very significant level, very solid trade. Even the 148 level, If price came up to there, we could look to re-enter if we took a sell, because a lot of people will be taking profits there at that little round number, just because it's like an easy thing to program into your charts, especially if you're a big financial institution. You know, you want simple ways to trade. So I like this level a lot, this level as well. Yeah, I'm gonna see, I predicted that breakout right there, but I'm gonna be looking to sell when price gets right into there for a very solid drop, and we could hold that probably down in here to maybe this uptrend that occurred. This, I wouldn't consider that an uptrend, I'm sorry. It looks like just a wick stop on it. I would consider still this to be a horizontal level. So I don't know, we could hold this for at least, you know, 100 pips, maybe even go for 150. I don't know how comfortable I feel with 200, but 100 pips for sure, if price can make it up here very quickly. Now, I would not take this trade if price from right here goes down to here, and then does something like this, and comes up, and then gets to that area. See, so if price starts doing something like that, up to the 61.8, I would not take a trade like that, because it typically means price is just going to crack through that level and then skyrocket. So that is the only reason I would not take this trade if it gets to that level with that kind of price action. However, if price just like quickly makes a swipe up to here like that, like within the next day or two, totally, I'm going to sell that thing right there. I'll call it out. And if price looks like it's heading that way really quickly, I'll call a sell limit as well, so you guys can put this in and then go to sleep or hang out with your family or go to bed early or whatever you want to do. Looks like we got the same situation on Euro JPY, but it looks like we're respecting an uptrend. Looks like this was a fake out. Price respected it here and here. Looks like a clear uptrend to me still. Our buy did not work out. Price didn't make it to our buy. Actually, I had this program before I made the videos for you guys, but looks like price didn't come back here. So yeah, this would have been confusing for a lot of people. Price got to that level, cracked that level slowly, significant level here, and also price broke this trend line very slowly. So that probably confused a lot of people. So this may be a sell, this may be beginning to turn a sell, but then again, we just broke a higher time frame uptrend. That's why I was looking to take the 61.8 trade right there if it broke out and came back. But you know what? I don't really know. I don't know. I'll have to watch price action and see. I would feel comfortable buying this if price came down into here, maybe. I don't know, but if it doesn't come down into here, if it doesn't make a higher high and just comes from right there, we could be looking at sort of a like a downtrend occur. And if price gets to here, like in a downtrend, doing something like this, yeah, I'm not gonna take that trade if it comes down there like that. But maybe if it makes a fast swipe, I don't know, I'll have to see price action. I think right now we are rejecting off the 61.8 level, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like prices are respecting that pretty steadily with some wicks. I may call a sell right here just because all the buyers who bought in right here, prices shot up real quickly, so it's giving them quick profits. So this is also a significant level right here. Looks to be prices sort of playing around here, here, and then support here, and then support before falling and returning. So this looks like a good, I may call this out. Let me see this lower time frame. So price swiped up in here, quickly got pulled down, and then we're sort of hanging, sort of fading out. You know what? This looks good to me. This does look good to me. We've had a long enough run up. We should be safe for at least 50 pips, but I'm looking more for like 100. I think we'd be solid for 100 pips. I'll call it. I'll put maybe a 100 pip target, and we may close early depending on price action. But yeah, so 61.8. I think we may begin a downtrend right here, at least until this area. And then after we begin that downtrend, then I'll look to get out way up in here probably, but down in here is where I'll only look to buy if we can get that steep of a discount, because down in here, price will be tapping the top of this downwards trend line that we cracked. So that's what I would look for. So I'm going to just look to sell this short term for a short term downtrend. Short term meaning the next week or two before it hits this area, and then a longer term like daily uptrend. So yeah, this will be pretty good. So you know what? I am going to go ahead and probably call this as soon as I finish making this video for a temporary downtrend to a target of about 100 pips. Let's go ahead and go for, if we sell right here, it's at like about, what, 130.7. Let's do 129.7. That looks great. Yeah, that looks really good. 29.7. So depending on where price is whenever I make this video or whenever I call this here in a minute, yeah, it'll be 100 pip take profit. And then this looks solid. We should come down into here, but if not, this is a safe take profit. So wow, yeah, that's decent. That's a decent trade. Okay, so Euro AUD, same stuff, downtrend. GBP AUD, I don't know what's gonna happen now. I'd only take a trade if it came back up to here, and then we'll see what happens. CHF JPY, this is pretty cool, and it looks like I even had this marked up for a buy, but I'm gonna want to see price come back into here. Okay, this looks like a solid trade. So bigger picture in an uptrend, okay, and I do like that price is coming up to this level in like a wedge pattern. Remember whenever I was telling you guys about that pattern where it's like, you know, it comes up and up and then down, but it doesn't go as low, and then it comes up higher and then it comes down. I think price is going to consolidate and then make a massive breakout right here to continue up in a daily uptrend. Okay, this is an H4 daily uptrend. So here's what I would look to do if this happened. I would look to take a buy. I don't know if price is going to begin its reversal right here. It might, and it looks like this could be very solid for a sell short term. I may even call this. Let me mark this up real quick. So I'm gonna draw my fib right there and connect it down. Okay, I'm sorry. If you're looking at an uptrend, you start the fib from the bottom, and the impulse starts from there, and the impulse goes up to there. Okay, and then your 61.8 is down in here. So let me just draw a 61.8. You know, that looks way too short though. I want to see price come down to this trend line all the way down here. So maybe near the 78.6. I like the 61.8, but this does not look like a steep enough uptrend. I do not want to be buying in here. I would only buy at this trend line because it's a safe buy. It's a rock solid trend line. So you know what? If price comes back into this trend line area, I will look to buy. So if price just comes somewhere in here, this looks like a pretty significant level in here. So yeah, if price comes into there, I'm going to look to buy. Short term, I may look to short this just because this was such a massive strong movement and now price is chopping. You probably have a lot of people who are betting that this would be a buy and they bought, and now they've gotten a lot of profit, so they may look to sell this up in here. So you know what guys, I like the way this looks right now. Based on the totality of the circumstances, I don't expect it to just break out right there because it's been a relatively long move up. I expect it to do some sort of more consolidation before making its breakout. So short term, yeah, short term meaning like a few days, I'm going to sell this. I'm going to go ahead and place a sell, and we're going to bring price down into here. If price gets above this area slowly and starts chopping up here and tests it, and then starts going up, then I will look to not enter another position and close our one position that we have right here after I call this out. This is why we use very small position sizes. If price makes a fast spike up into here, I'm not going to stop the trade out. In fact, I would probably stack it if we get a fast price movement up to here, because those fast movements are typically liquidity hunts, and after that it's followed by an aggressive movement the other direction. So I'm looking to sell this short term, buy it down here long term. Profit targets would also be taken probably somewhere in here. 112.9, 112.0 is like down in here. So even just here is like 100 pips. I'd probably like to secure maybe 75, 60 on this. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm probably going to call that trade out. This looks very, very good. So USD Canadian dollar, I don't know, if price pops up to there, that'll be a 61.8, test of a lower trend line, test of this downtrend. This will be cool. Let me look to take that. Euro GBP, I like that we failed to make a higher high and now we're reversing. So what I think might happen here is we might see price come in here, chop around a little bit before continuing down, or make another pop back up before continuing down. What I'm going to be waiting for is price to make that movement down out of this trend, okay? And after it does that, I'm going to wait for it to come back and test this area up in here. So somewhere in here, I apologize for the sirens. I live here in downtown Fort Worth, Texas, and in the city, like the fire department's right down the street, and so there's sirens all the time. If you guys can hear the sirens in the background. 80 Canadian dollar, looks like it must have just missed the area where I was anticipating a sell. But if price can somehow still make it up here real quick, then I'll take this for a sell. I will not take the trade if it does some stuff like this. This should be almost like memory by now for you guys. If price gets up there and does some stuff like that, I'm not going to take the trade. But if it quickly spikes to that area, yeah, a lot of people will probably close their buy orders right there, causing price to decline. We would be pretty safe taking a sell right there. And this is 61.8 from this peak to this peak as well. Went over this yesterday. The previous videos, that's good. USD CHF, I don't know how comfortable I feel with this. We broke a level very clearly. It came up, looks like we're testing it again. And it looks like we also broke this bigger time frame trade. Let's see what we're looking at, the big picture here. Sort of going sideways, big picture. I don't know. I don't see anything I like right now. This could continue dropping. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All of these, I don't see anything I like on these except New Zealand dollar JPY, which I called out. Reason I called this trade out, and it looks like it came right to that consolidation box that I told you guys I would probably take this trade if it happened. Told you guys yesterday. So, sorry about my allergies. But essentially, price came up here, made a downwards impulse out of an uptrend, so we're anticipating it will be a new downtrend. So since we think it'll be a new downtrend, we're using Fibonacci to determine a good entry point. Fibonacci shows us that price is now playing around at that level. So I placed a sell earlier today, and I called that in the group. If you're not in this trade and you're watching this video within the same day I'm making it, which it is July 31st, 2018, then you can still place the sell right here. You're still safe to place the sell. So yeah, I think this will just drop. This looks good for multiple reasons. Also, if we look at like higher time frames, like we're in a clear downtrend, so we're only looking for sells right now, and prices chopping up or whatever. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, this should be good to at least this previous level down in here. So, and that's it. So that's all I got for you today, guys. I don't see anything else I see right here. It's a 36-minute long video that you just watched. If you watched this all the way to the end, if you watched it all the way to the end, congratulations. Your life is on track to getting better because you're understanding more about how to trade Forex from someone who has been doing it full-time for the past 2 years profitably. So props to you if you sat through this whole video. I respect you a lot. You're getting your money's worth for only $100 a month here in the Signals room, and all you guys got in for $50 for this first month testing. Hopefully I'll do really good on performance this month. Hopefully you guys will be able to always make your money back, maybe within even the first week out of the month. At least you can make up your Signal subscription, and then the rest will be profit for you guys. But I love helping you guys. I love working with you guys, and I'm looking to have a great rest of the trading week. So thank you guys for watching. This was Nick with Mission FX. If you guys have any questions, just direct message me on Telegram, Facebook, or Instagram, and I'll get in touch with you as soon as possible. Thank you guys for being a part of Mission FX. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.